Hey there, sports fans. Welcome to 10 Yards Back with me, Jim, for my predictions for round 6 of the 2026 Betfred Superleague. How are we doing? I'm very well, thanks. Round 6 is upon us. Round 5 is a long memory at this point, but some exciting stuff happened. Plenty to go here in round 6, which in some ways feels like the calm before the storm, doesn't it? Because, of course, round 7 this year holds that famous mouth-watering rivals round. So, in this video, I'm going to give you my predictions of a couple of the highlights of the weekend, my favourite games. Just going to pick a couple out there and give you my views on the rest fleetingly as well. Friday Night Lights. This is your Sky Sports exclusive on Friday. Hull KR versus Saints. This has been a bit of a fixture over the past two seasons. It's been, if I'm honest, it's been a bit of a disappointing fixture for me personally, being a Saints fan. But I think for everyone, really, everyone's kind of been a little bit disappointed with this fixture over the past couple of years, because at first Saints were getting battered, and then you thought, the Robbins can't beat them to death every time, and then they did, and Saints were just getting battered. And then finally, at the end of the Robbins run last sort of the closing games of the year, you thought, okay, all right, let's tune in to see the Robbins smash Saints. And they didn't. There was a game with 2 tries and 7 kicks or something in it, so it's been a hit and miss game, this one. So whilst I'm excited to see it, prepare yourselves for a bit of chess, I think, in this game, because neither team's going to want to lose. For the Robbins, I think this is a bit of it's kind of a now or never for them, isn't it? You know, if you look at where they are in the league, they're 11th. They have won a game, but Saints have won 4. Now, of course, there's that game in hand, but even if they won that one, which is at the minute looking unlikely against Warrington, Saints are soaring ahead of them. So Saints are not going to want to win because they're going to want one over the Robbins for the first time in 2.5 years. Robbins, it's really, really key for them to win this one and head into Easter with a victory under their belt, I feel. Now, unfortunately for the Robbins, Darryl Clark's back. Jake Burns is still off, but Darryl Clark's back, and Saints miraculously figured out how to grow a hooker over the past couple of weeks with Jake Winfield stepping into that role pretty seamlessly. I still think, these two teams are quite even. If you look at the tackles, it seems like the Robbins perhaps aren't getting as much possession as Saints are. Maybe Saints on the front foot, but they're doing about the same with it. The conceded and the scored is about the same. I think it's going to come down to that dummy half position, that, again, the hooking role, which is sounding a little bit tired these days, isn't it? So I'll try not to go on about it. If you look at who each team has to offer, the Robbins have basically got their first choice out for everyone on the field that is not out injured. Saints have got a lot of injuries. This is the team I'm suggesting, because I know we're all will be watching this, suggesting Saints field. Now, for me, a bittersweet thing as a Saints fan is that Nene McDonald is not injured anymore. Now, of course, I don't want him to be injured, but I feel like Nene at the minute is one of those players that Rowley's just like, Nene has to be on the field. You can't not play him. He's got to be out there. So where'd you put him? Because they were asking about with him at fullback for a bit. The game that KR are probably going to try and play here, you need a real strong fullback. So I say bench him and bring him on as an impact player. Saints score most of their points this season either in the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes of the half. So that impact role for Nene would work quite well, I feel, slotting in just there before half-time. KR have got everyone they would want except Artem Morg, and Jack Broadbent's definitely not a poor substitute. Whilst it looks on paper that this could be an aerial game, a hooking game, Freudian slip, Lytton versus Clark, two of the best. I think actually this is going to come down to kicking and positions, and in particular how Saints can clear their own half, because for the past 2.5 years, Mikey Lewis has had Saints on a lead, just keeping them within that box, that 10 by 10 box, or whatever you call a box kick, a 10-yard kick, or whatever you want to call it. York have kind of showed everyone how to deal with that, I think, the York Knights. You simply go very broad and pass the ball. Take the chance, pass the ball. All right, if you knock on, you spill the pass, it's costly. But so too is just being trapped in your own half for the whole game. So I think to achieve that fight back mentality, fight back strategy, Saints need that back line. Robertson, Murphy, Cross. Very fast, very agile, young, adventurous, willing to do things that aren't panic. They are sort of instinct, okay? On the other side of that, whilst Jack Broadbent is not a poor substitute for Artem Morg, he has had a bit of a poor 2026 so far in terms of handling errors. So Jackson Hastings in scrum half for Saints is definitely going to be targeting Broadbent as a bit of a weak link there in the back line. Obviously, Davis and Burgess really strong. You don't want them to get it. So I imagine Broadbent is going to be getting a lot of ball down his throat. And so is Harry Robertson. So that's the way this is going to play out. Interestingly, when all's said and done, and I've worked my mathematical magic on the stats on this one, this comes out at Hull KR 25, Saints 24. I don't know if I believe that. I think Saints can do it and can probably do it by a couple of tries, but I'm going to leave that prediction there for you to mull over, to have a think about, chew on a little bit, see what you think of it. So the maths says Hull KR. My heart says Saints. What do you think? Friday night, Craven Park. All right. Elsewhere in the league, who haven't I covered? Wigan versus Huddersfield. Lee versus Toulouse is an appealing fixture, but we think that given the way that the Leopards played last week against Wakefield with the injuries, I can only really see that going one way. Hull FC versus Catalans is a sleeper. I'm really rooting for Hull FC on that one. I don't know why. I don't know when I became a Hull FC fan, but gosh darn it, I bloody did. So I'm rooting for Hull FC on that one. I think they can do it. My math says that they can do it. But Catalans are just boiling, aren't they? They're just simmering. They're just ready to boil over. So we'll see how that goes. All right, thank you, everyone, for your attention. Let me know what you think of my predictions, my team choices, who's in, who's out, blah blah blah, who's injured, and I just haven't noticed and put them in the team anyway. Let me know. Listen, like, subscribe, comment. Let's make friends in the comments, and enjoy Superleague's 30th birthday. I'll see you next week.